Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I had to ask Sabrina what today was, and apparently it's Friday. I am all mixed up on my days. So today we are talking about internet connectivity and how do we use it to like stream TV and keep up with all of our shows and keep up with the community in general, I suppose.
And work.
Oh yeah, and
That
work.
too.
It's actually one of the more important things. So we have a few weapons, I guess you could call them, in our arsenal of how we stay connected. Um, the most important would be our cell service. So we have Verizon and we have AT&T. And the reason for that is that Verizon has, even though it's a great service, and AT&T, although it's a great service, it doesn't.
I'm not sure I like my neck being cut off. Sorry.
Uh, so even though they are great services, they have their areas that they're not all that great in. So by having both of them, it gives us a little bit of extra coverage. Their coverage overlaps a little bit, and depending on the area, one may be stronger than the other. And because of Sabrina's work, it's got to be as good as possible. So for a long time, we ran with just Verizon, and it worked pretty well. But once you picked up, knew that she was going to be picking up telemedicine, we knew that we would have to like upgrade and make sure that we could be covered everywhere. So that's why we now carry both. We have Verizon and AT&T. Our Verizon gives us 22 gigs of high-speed internet per device. So that's my phone, her phone, our tablet, and a MiFi, giving us 88 gigs a month of high-speed internet. All those devices are able to convert into hotspots, and all that means is that it's taking the cell data and turning it into Wi-Fi. So that is how we get the Wi-Fi into the RV, and we're able to connect our computer, our Roku, tablet. One of our tablets isn't cell service, doesn't have cell service. It's Wi-Fi only. But my arm is only so long. um, the AT&T. So after those 22 gigs per device, Verizon greatly throttles us, and
Greatly to the point of it's essentially unusable.
yeah, you might be able to check email with it, but that's about it.
If
Don't.
that.
Yeah, they're going to tell you that you're going to drop from 4G to 3G, and it's essentially going to be the same,
Lies.
and it's not. It's not anywhere near. Yeah, there's a big difference between 4G and 3G. So the AT&T we have is completely unlimited. It doesn't have that 22 gig limit. So AT&T no longer provides that service. They now do limit their cell data and hotspot capability. So the way we found out about the AT&T plan, we actually bought it like 2 days before it expired. We follow Chris and Cherie from Technomadia, and they stay up on all this stuff. The way we know how to stay connected is everything we learned from them. They literally,
This is what they do.
yeah, they literally wrote the book on how to stay connected while traveling in RVs, boats, all around the world, and all that. Um, so they had put out a post saying that, hey, AT&T has this great plan, but it's going away. If you sign up for it now, you'll get on board, and then you're what's called grandfathered in. So even though the service isn't available anymore, we were able to purchase it before it went away, and AT&T still honors it. So we still have that unlimited amount of data through AT&T as well. It does, after 20 gigs, will throttle us if we are in congested areas. So that's how they kind of work it. But because we're RVing and we're usually in remote areas, they're considering high density areas like cities and things like that. Campgrounds, we haven't had an issue.
I think there's only been one time ever in the past like year and a half that
Yeah.
we've had it where it was noticeably slow, and it was just for a few hours in the evening, and then it sped back up after everybody else went to bed.
We might have been close to a city at that time, maybe something like that. So there are two cell service providers. We use AT&T, we use Verizon. We actually recommend both of them. I feel like they are very similar. Verizon, I'd give a slight nudge or a slight heads up or whatever you would want to call it. They seem to be slightly better than AT&T, and that's just been our experience with everywhere that we've traveled so far. We have 2 hotspots. We have a Nighthawk and we have a MiFi. They both work very similar. Again, they're just taking that cell data, turning it into a Wi-Fi signal for inside the RV. Above my shoulder here, this is our short. I'm getting a bad angle on it, but that is our short call system, and you can see there's a wire coming out here at the bottom of it. And then I'll take you over here. That wire goes to an antenna that is attached to our roof ladder, and I drilled through our vent fan. I didn't want to drill through the roof of the RV, so I went through the vent fan, and that's an antenna that's onto the back of our RV, attached to our ladder. That takes the signal and boosts cell signal, not Wi-Fi signal. So it is boosting our cell phones and it is boosting our tablet, and it makes a night and day difference. We've been in areas before without the cell booster, and we couldn't even log on or connect or even send an email. We would be dropping calls. With the short call and it turned on, it's literally a night and day difference. This has made all the
you sound like you're about to like reveal something.
No, it just has made all the difference in the world for us as far as being able to stay connected and keep our signal strong. I guess because that antenna is outdoors and it's right up on the ceiling of the RV, and plus it has boosting capability. Those two things combined really do make a difference for our connectivity. We also have what is called a cradle point. We are loaded up with Wi-Fi and internet capability in here, but we have to be for Sabrina's work. So a cradle point, so the difference, I guess, the big difference is, so with the short call just boosts everything going on in the RV. It doesn't take any chips or anything like that. You don't put the
SD cards.
Yeah, you don't put those cards into it. This, you can put 2 cards in there. So we have one AT&T card in there, and then we also have one Verizon card in there.
And these are actually the cards from our Nighthawk and our MiFi. We just took them out of there and put them over here.
And put them in there. So we've been using this a lot, and this is a router and booster, so we're really loaded up. So it is constantly producing a Wi-Fi signal. It's automatically taking the cell data, converting it into a Wi-Fi. There's no turning it on, turning it off. It's plugged into our little 12 volt plug down here, and it is just constantly on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, producing that Wi-Fi signal. So again, unfortunately, to stay connected while RVing and traveling all over, I mean, just not RVing, but if you want to stay connected all the time, everywhere you go, unfortunately, there's not just one system that will cover you everywhere. You need, we just call it having a large arsenal. You need options. And that's just the way it works. It's not cheap that way. How much is our cell data bill?
Like the actual cell phones? So our cell phones are like $185 a month with the cell phones, the tablet, and the MiFi. Our AT&T was $85 a month, but since they got rid of that plan, it's $44 a month now.
So what's the total on that?
180 plus 44? Oh, you're gonna make me do math. Like
220
something.
Okay, so it's about $220 a month for us to stay. I know, sorry. For us to stay connected. And then the other part of that question that we had was, what do we use for TV? We only use Roku, and Roku is a small device that we have a Roku Express. That's this right here. We just mounted it on the wall there. And then with the Roku, we are able to get Netflix and the Roku channel, YouTube, Google Play, Disney Plus, Prime Video, and another great thing too that it has is the iHeartRadio, so we can play music. Our TV is hooked up to our stereo in the RV, so we have nonstop streaming of music as well. We got Hulu on there, and it works. I think we used to have Chromecast, and our friends John and Nadia. I don't know what that says. Our friends John and Nadia used the Roku, and they brought it over one time and let us try it out for a little bit, and we liked it so much better than the Chromecast that we actually donated our Chromecast and picked up a Roku instead because it's snappier, it's much faster.
We kept telling them, "Don't worry, you guys might have forgotten your Roku with us when we were like parting ways." We kept trying to swipe it.
Yeah. So the Roku is Wi-Fi connected, and it again it just connects to either one of our hotspots or our Cradle Point, or if we're using a phone, whatever it is. Usually it's just connected to the Cradle Point because the Cradle Point, like I said, is always on. So it just connects to the Cradle Point. Netflix and Disney are the two best services for streaming video. Netflix has been around for a long time, and whatever program they use works really well as far as getting your HD signal and using a smaller amount of your bandwidth. Something like Amazon, we burn through data so quick when we're using Amazon Prime compared to Netflix. And the quality of the video is better on Netflix than Amazon Prime because Amazon Prime is like demanding so much data for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. It could just be that Netflix has been around for a long time. And we found that Disney Plus is very similar to Netflix. It's not using as much data as the Amazon Prime. You would think they would all kind of use the same. HD would be HD, but I guess maybe Amazon's using a higher grade of HD. We don't have a 4K TV or anything like that, so we wouldn't notice the difference, I guess. But they are all the ways that we stay connected, and that's how we watch TV too. Another popular way to watch TV is with a satellite. I know Madame Maria, Nomadic Native, they use satellite. We have a satellite up on the roof. It came with the RV, but we never connected it. This just the streaming service just works really well for us, and you kind of I really don't know too much about how the satellite works, but this is whenever we feel like watching something, we do a search and it pops up, and bam, we're watching whatever we want, movies or TV.
So you should get regular TV antenna too, so you can scan for local channels for free.
Well, we do. Sorry. We hardly ever use it, and that's why I guess I forgot about it. Yeah, but we do have a King Jack. It was pre-installed in the RV. It's an HD antenna, so it's got a powered, I guess, HD antenna, and this really does work. There are many times that I am surprised how many channels we can pick up, but it is rare that we use it. We don't watch standard
when
TV.
Things go on TV.
Yeah, our schedules are all over the place, so it's not like we could sit down and watch, say, like Big Bang Theory when it airs. It just doesn't work that way for us. So for streaming that way for us, just we're watching things at our own time. Neither one of us really watch the news all that much.
No, we try to avoid it.
Yeah, we try to avoid it. It's never any good good news on, and that's a whole debate right there, I guess. But I think that's it. If you want to learn more about internet and how to stay connected, we really do recommend.
Yeah, these guys are the guys to go to. They know all about it.
Yeah, we recommend. Yeah, Technomadia. I'll put their names down in the description or maybe in the comments somewhere.
We're part of their MIA group, that Mobile Internet Aficionados. So we're part of that. We subscribe to that so that we can kind of always stay up to date. So.
Yeah, so when there's anything changing in the world of internet connection, these guys always know about it, and then they just alert the group and let it go. Can you watch TV while driving? We cannot, but some RVers are able to, because some RVs will have a TV up above people's heads. Sometimes this cabinet area will have a TV. This is the front windshield here of our RV, and let me try to spin you around, and then that's our TV behind us. And when this slide comes in, it blocks our TV. So no, we cannot, nor would I want to watch TV while we're driving. But I think that's it for connectivity and how it all works for us. If you have any further questions, leave them down in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. You have anything? I mean,
Oh, me personally? No, I don't have any questions for you.
And anything to add?
Oh, okay. Anything to add? No, nothing to add. I'm good.
All right, everybody. Well, take care, safe travels, and we will see you tomorrow.
Oh, my.
Bye.